What's going on, everybody? I'm JLD from Ahh For Real podcast, and today we have a pretty special show. Not only is this a guy that I admire, but it's somebody that I know really well. So with no further ado, we'll get right into it. I got Tyler Thomas with me. He's a lawyer in the Fort Worth area. Go ahead and tell him a little bit about what you're doing now.
So I have a personal injury practice close to downtown in Fort Worth, kind of a small niche practice. Besides that, I have a software company not too far off. That's pretty much it, man. Just hustling.
Man, I expect nothing less from you. Let's talk about the software company. What can you tell us about that right now?
Okay. I'll try to make it quick because it's it's new. So explaining something that's new is always hard. But basically, it's the first review aggregation product. And essentially, what it is right now is a review aggregation plugin. So what it does is for a website, it'll aggregate all your Facebook, Google, Yelp, Avo, any review platform. It aggregates that all onto your site on an organic platform. What that does, without going into too much detail, especially up here, like for instance, I started diving into this stuff because personal injury is like the most expensive marketing on the internet. It's like $120 every time somebody clicks on a website. And in the internet marketing realm, what they tell you is 5 to 8% conversion is the best you can get. What that means is 5 to 8 phone calls per 100 clicks.
Okay.
So basically, whoever has the most volume or spends the most money does best. I didn't like that. I wanted to change that. So I created a product that essentially gives clients everything they need on your website. And from that, we're seeing people get 40, 50, 60% conversion. So basically getting 5, 6, 7 times the amount of everybody else because of the way it's displayed. And there's 2 more phases coming. Everybody knows about non-disclosures, but it should be big stuff, fun stuff. It's cool.
Man, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. How long have you been working on this?
Software?
Yes.
So I created it. Created like a year and a half ago, and originally I didn't know if I'd make a business out of it. It was mainly for my website, but then when I saw the results that I did on my website, it was a no-brainer. I was like, okay, here we go. So compiled a team. One of my best friends from college is head of sales, and just have some really good coders. Bringing one guy from Tijuana, moving him up here in like a couple weeks. He's just a diamond in the rough. It's just this brilliant coder. So it's been going for a while, but the real momentum, I actually launched the company itself in January, and it's gotten a lot of traction. It's pretty cool.
Man, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Where did you go to school?
A&M undergrad, and then Wesleyan law school. But Wesleyan's now A&M. It changed like right when I was graduating, taking the bar.
Wonderful, wonderful, man. That's and let's kind of go back to the beginning. We talked before. You consider yourself to be from Hillsboro, Texas. That is Hilltop. Some of you know that. Yes, yes. Tell me, I really like the idea that you, small town kid, big city lawyer, and not just to trap you as a lawyer, but to say that you've accomplished a lot. But you've accomplished a lot by perseverance, and dedication, determination. Those are things that kids need to see, need to be highlighted. So with that said, when did, I guess growing up in Hillsboro, did law ever enter your mind?
Back and forth a little bit. When you're younger, how everything transitions every year. And I thought I was going to be in the NBA until I was like a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
And then realized that probably wasn't all too likely. But mainly more towards the end of high school, it just started making sense. Law has so much power. Law controls everything. Law's manipulative too, which is awesome. Or not the practice itself, but law can be manipulated,
Yes.
Which is neat. So it allows for creativity. And law's still my passion. I'm always going to keep it. I've got other attorneys working for me, and mainly I'll hand most of it off to them at some point. But no matter what I do, I'm still going to keep cases and work it, just because there's no feeling like it.
Yeah.
When you genuinely help a family and people start crying when you get the results or whatever else it is. And, when people come to me, they're in a tough spot, normally, a real tough spot. And most of the stuff I do is catastrophic injuries, so people that had 5 surgeries or almost died, or died. Okay. But yeah, so helping families, even if it is like a wrongful death or something like that, being there for them is just neat. So it's something I'll never really get away from. I'll always be there.
How do you feel being from a small town, specifically a small town in Texas, has helped you? Not just in law, but kind of maneuver through the professional world.
I attribute probably 90% of what I'm doing to that. Moved around a lot. I still consider Hillsborough my hometown, even though I didn't graduate there, just because all my best friends are from there. But you just get a different sense of personality, and like you said earlier, kind of chameleon type of deal. And it's not so much that I'm like morphing it or putting on a show. It's that anybody that comes in my office, I can relate with. I've had friends that are just like, or whatever else it is, as opposed to a lot of people who just went to homogeneous high schools or had everything paid for or whatever else it was. Don't really have that sense. And going from place to place not only helped me personally or socially, but also, like you're saying, perseverance-wise. I mean, there's not much harder than when you're like in 6th grade and you're going to a new junior high at a new school, or a freshman in high school going to a new town. You really have to be savvy. You can't
That's
get
a tough kid.
Yeah, it's like prison.
Yeah, man.
But so, yeah, it literally morphed everything. I can tell you 100% there's no way I'd be not that I'm at a high level or anything, but at the level I am, had that not happen. Being in small towns.
You said something earlier. You said you went to a friend's house and they actually had sheets as the walls. I think that gives you. I think you're looking through another lens that a lot of lawyers or maybe a lot of people have never seen, and I think it possibly made you a little sympathetic. You know, it humanized something that some people never come in contact with. Do you contribute that? Do you think that has helped you and made an impact?
Absolutely. And I would even say more empathetic than sympathetic.
Yeah. Okay,
You know, it was like, not to correct or anything, but
No, I understand.
because they were my friends. You know, I didn't think about it at the time. It's not something that is a shock for me or a cultural shock. I mean, my family went through hard times. You know, moved around a lot. You know, I see people different. A lot of times, most of the lawyers I know, especially in this field, everybody's kind of just a number, just a file, and that actually like gave me a path to do what I'm doing, because I give all my clients my cell phone. I was telling you earlier, I have about 200 clients. I actually develop relationships with them, and it's organic, it's sincere. I want to help you. I know everything about you. I know what you're going through, because you can't fight for a file. You can't fight for a number. You know?
I like that line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and appreciate it.
Bars.
Bars.
You know.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it creates a different atmosphere. It creates a different purpose. Like I was telling you earlier, I found out a long time ago that I'm motivated by other people. Kind of a lot of times being in a leadership role or whatever else it was, but if you really want me to turn it up, it's when somebody else is relying on it. And I'll have families, literally their livelihoods relying on it.
Yeah.
And you know, other attorneys that aren't the same, or the defense attorneys, they're going to go home and shut it off at 5 o'clock because they're getting paid by an insurance company, or it's just a file. I'll be up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I'll figure it out. Like I was saying earlier about law being easily manipulated, I can find an answer, and I won't give up because I've got people actually relying on me, and that's how I thrive. So,
That's big, man. That's real big. I told you I was talking to my brother earlier, and he said he likes that you're a lawyer because he knows that you're a good dude, and we need as many good people in law as possible. And with that said, how do you view the state of law right now? How do you, from the inside?
Number one, saturated. School became a business across the board, whether it's, you've seen how much student loans are and stuff like that, and then opening more schools and more schools, and getting more people into professional atmospheres. Law is kind of one of the more glamorous, so a school knows that if they open a law school, they're going to be full. So the industry's got a little saturated, but it's still easy to stand out because of that. But as far as kind of the state of law in general, there could be a lot done, especially in Texas, in my industry. Our Supreme Court's super big business, working things towards really just not plaintiff-friendly situations, mainly because all our Supreme Court judges their campaigns were funded by insurance companies. Seeing that happen firsthand type of situations. But as far as state law, I mean, the one thing that I don't like so much about it is people getting in the hands of people that don't know what they're doing. Because it's easy for somebody to market. Like I was talking earlier about software. Whoever spends the most money, or without my software, but in internet marketing, whoever spends the most money is going to get the most clients. And they might not know what they're doing, but they might have them come in the door. And especially in my industry, because this is one of the few that you can kind of basically like win the lottery. You know, you can get a $5-10 million case or something like that. So you'll have somebody's traditionally family law or criminal or something like that, and they'll have a personal injury case walk in their door, and they'll start seeing dollar signs just like, oh, well, I can do this. Yeah, next thing you know, a year later, they're calling me, trying to refer me the case to clean it up because they screwed so much stuff up. These are people's lives we're talking about. And there's a lot of screw-ups that can happen that can't be turned around. So that's one of the main things, just people not having access to know really if an attorney's really that good. And not to plug it, but that's kind of what the software does too, you know, for lawyers, doctors, all that stuff. It shows you right there organically who is good, like who's been treated well, not manipulated like everything else. And I mean, that's kind of where it's at. I mean, I'm not going to say there's not positives. A lot of younger generations are awesome. My generation's a lot different, or our generation, I guess. Getting away from the corporate stuff, for the most part, you see a big shift. But even still, there's a lot of changes that can be made.
Yeah. See, I noticed you got a signed Larry Bird jersey and a signed Magic Johnson. How do you feel about Lonzo Ball?
I feel bad for him.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because of his father?
Yeah, his dad put a target on his back.
Yeah, he did.
Like, I mean, number one, he's got the weirdest shot on the planet. So does his little brother. But it works for him, so that's good.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
But he seems kind of quiet on the court and off the court for the most part. But then his dad's making accusations about he's already better than Curry and he's not in the league, or he's going to MVP. And
I see it that way, but do you think that his dad's being the target? His dad's jumping in front and saying, y'all can hate me, they're quiet, they're good kids. It started to unfold to me like maybe he's smarter than we think. Right?
It could be, I mean, because he's gotten them as much attention as he has.
And I don't think he thought anyone was going to give him $1 billion deal, but he said, why not try it? We're going to get the sign in 6 months regardless. And you see they're wearing the different shoes. I just think the guy might be...
He's got angle, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's working the angles for
what's
sure.
The youngest one? LaMelo? LaMelo, right?
Yeah, LaMelo.
There's Lonzo and then the middle one, poor guy.
The Jello, the Angelo.
Yeah. He's at UCLA, I guess. Now LaMelo, he has 2.5 million followers on Instagram.
Really?
I saw him the other day, and it's
So
like
he'll be rich no matter what. He's
His
probably
dad's-
selling a post for...
his dad's done something right. But you know, there's a lot of people that want to destroy Lonzo because of the stuff his dad said.
But he's putting numbers up in summer.
He is. After that first game, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, he was kind of shaky.
Sure. That was so bad. He was like 1 for 13 from the
He
three-point
took
line.
off the shoes.
Yeah, those ugly
That's-
triple baller shoes. One big baller.
Yeah. Do you like the shoes?
No.
No. You like the sandals?
Dave Sanders?
Yeah, some slides. $3.95.
Bro. You're just trying to be Yeezys or something. No, I mean,
Yeah.
$400. What they remind me of is like the original and ones. They're like all patent leather.
Yes, yeah, and yeah, with a little bit of that Kobe flair.
And he made them. The other ones are 500, right?
Yeah, $4.95.
So you're trying to make something like commodity pricing.
For sure. Well, man, this has been a great interview. I hope somewhere there's a kid watching this, and let's do that before we leave. There's a 12, 13-year-old kid that says, man, I might want to do what you do, whether it's the technology or the law. What would you tell him right now to?
I mean, one of the things that I think isn't impressed on enough, especially from the law side, and even undergrad, grades really do not matter. Now if you want to get to law school, then your undergrad grades are going to matter. But if you get to law school, grades will matter. But if you're just going to do undergrad, grades really don't matter. And a lot of people put a lot of pressure on